So hello and welcome back to the GorillaBiker as we traverse through the area where we have previously seen the ducks. There they are. Well, there's one of them. They're so cool. I literally like coming through here because of the ducks. It's really funny. Some guy got really mad at me once because I didn't fully American stop at this stop sign like this. Like, you don't. I don't know. I got in trouble in Greenville when we lived up there once with a cop because he said I didn't put my foot down at a stop sign on the bike. So now I make a point of never putting my foot down because you don't need to. Like, I won't put my foot down here. I'm gonna turn right. No one coming. My feet are still up. I know I have no way to prove that to you, but my feet never left the thing. But I came to a complete stop. Anywho, today I'm actually just testing my new camera and microphone assembly, so hopefully it works well. It is, for a lot of people who are interested when I talked about it, it is the DJI Pro 5, Action Pro 5, and the new Mic 2, because you can connect the Mic 2 directly to it. You can use 32-bit float audio, and you can also like set your gain down. So my gain right now is a -12. I have 32-bit audio enabled. And yeah, just gonna see how it works, because if it works, one of my biggest things, you know, and it's come up in the past with people who watch the trip videos. That person may have nearly just hit me there, by the way. Anyway, the trip videos is, you know, I don't really tend to speak on them, and that's because the setup I used to use was a external recorder, which was great. It was a H1N handy zoom recorder. Very good unit. I literally never had any issues with it. It always recorded when I wanted it to record. The problem is you'd have to pull over, you know, set it up, set it to record, put it back in my pocket. I had a cable running from my helmet, and I never liked that side of it. I always wanted to go for a, you know, wireless. I really wish this guy wasn't following me. I don't like him. He nearly hit me, and now he's behind me. Oh my god, that's so cool. That thing's badass. I love that. I love seeing cool cars. Yeah, but the zoom never let me down, never once. It was just ease of use, and especially, you know, if you're just out for a spin, that what I was missing was that point and click ease. You know, just being able to hit record and go and keep it natural. So I've never been able to do that. Whereas now, because of the battery life on the Mic 2, I can just leave it turned on, and I can basically hit record on my camera. And I've done a couple of tests just at home, and they work really well once they're paired together, which is nice. This dude is seriously an aggressive driver. I don't know, is he a cop or not, so I'm not going to speed too much. But yeah, that's so I'm excited to try it. Hopefully it sounds good. I really hope it sounds good. The gain being able to be set to -12 is the max. I just really hope that wind noise and stuff doesn't play too big a role. And I don't have too long for this video, so hopefully we'll make it work. We'll make it work. We'll figure it out. But then, what else? Oh yeah, I also bought this new helmet. This is a Bell MX9 Adventure. I think it's the Alpine color scheme or whatever. I've wanted an adventure helmet also for the longest time. I actually tried on this helmet or a version of this Bell helmet like a year and a half ago or whatever, and it really suited my head shape. And I probably should have bought it at the time because it was a really cool color and stuff. I didn't. I can't tell you why I didn't. I just didn't. And you know, it's something that from that day I was always like, why did I not buy that helmet? And then, you know, we were in Cycle Gear in Garner near Raleigh, and I like the guys working there. They've always been very nice when I've been in there. So I saw this, it was in my size, it was comfortable, and yeah, I made the decision to buy it because he gave me a good deal on the transitional visor as well, which is something else I would like, because right now I have a clear visor, and I like clear visors. I really like the clarity you get from a clear visor, which I know is kind of a silly thing to say, because, you know, clear visor, clarity, whatever, blah, 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 blah. But a transitional visor, especially over here, would be great. So that, I don't have the transitional visor yet, I just have the clear one. So right now we're riding with the clear one. I'm looking forward to getting my transitional. But yeah, if you're watching this, you know, interested in the Action Pro 5, look, I know there's a lot of people who've said a lot of things. I think this setup especially just made sense for what I was looking for, kind of like a lightweight option. I'll probably try get an ND filter for it, just to damp down how ballistically bright the sun can get over here. And oh, that's pretty, isn't it? The white stuff. I don't know what tree that is. It looks like a cherry blossom, but cherry blossoms obviously are different colours. But yeah, I'll probably get ND filters just to try damp down the brightness of the sun at some point. But yeah, this is a big investment for me. You know, I have had the GoPro Hero 7 Black for so long. It has done so many of my videos, and I have been very happy with the performance from the Hero 7 Black. But it was tired. I mean, when I think about it, when you think about it, because obviously if you've been watching the channel a while, you know how many thousands of hours that GoPro has recorded. It has earned its keep. I have no complaints with how that GoPro performed. I shouldn't have went this way because the sun is in your face now. Good test for the camera, maybe. But yeah, I have no complaints over the GoPro. I know obviously a lot of people don't like GoPros at the minute. I never had an issue with the Hero 7 Black, but I also didn't buy, you know, another new one because they've not kept up. Like this combo, this little discreet package on my chin is literally a Dango Designs mount, which again I've been using for years. I've taped the magnetic mount. Ooh, a hill. I love a hill. I love a good hill. I've taped the magnetic mount onto the back of the Dango. That's holding the mic, and then obviously the camera's just mounted to the camera mount portion of the Dango. And I'm very happy with, in theory. Oh, I love curves. I don't get to ride curvy roads enough anymore. North Carolina problems, but I do appreciate them when I hit them. Well, yeah, I mean that's something that definitely for me is just the fact that I can just take this, slot it up into my helmet and go. Now the only thing that obviously I do have to look at is I would like to not have to wear an ADV helmet on my other bikes, because I don't know, it'd probably look silly, which is a silly thing to worry about, that it might look silly. But at some point I'd like to look for something with more mouth space, because this combination does not fit inside my chin area on the HJC. So that is something that I definitely want to look at eventually. I know you can get kind of different helmets that have the same kind of chin section as the ADV, or I could take off the peak and it might look more normal. But yeah, if you've any helmet options that have a larger mouth area, purely to allow me to do this for you guys, let me know. Look at all these cows in stunning actual native 4K. Now that's another thing actually, again, if you're interested in the kind of the video side of things, I have always shot in like 1440p and upscaled and exported the video in 4K. So I've never ever shot a video ever in native 4K. This camera is in native 4K. The one in front of you is in 1440. So that will, the one looking at me right now, that will be upscaled. But this Action 5, native 4K, just because I wanted to try it out. Now I need to find somewhere to do an old turnabout. This actually might be a perfect spot for it. No one coming, no one coming. Tasty U-turn. And now we gotta get home because I have to go to the gym to do a circuits class with Terry, who tortures me every week. But I don't know. I suppose I feel healthier and stuff, so it's probably a good thing. Thanks, Terry. Well, yeah, I don't really have much else news other than look at the pretty cows again. That's a nice fence too. You don't see a nice fence around here too often. It's nice to see a fence. It's something that's jarring about America is the lack of boundaries between houses and stuff. They don't build them. And actually I was reading something very interesting today around the loss of detail in everyday items, and I thought it was really cool, and also I agree with it completely. Oh, we're speeding. If you look at like older cities in the world, like everything is inlaid. Like a door handle, the door jamb section for a door a door closing mechanism. They all had like inlays and engravings, and I think people really took pride in making everything that they worked on beautiful, which I think is cool. That's something I love. Old architecture, and modern architecture is very much minimalist, and I can appreciate that to a degree for some things, but at the same time I think it is sad what we've lost in regards to prettying up things, like making the space that you have to spend every day like nicer. Like I work and have worked since I left college in like corporate engineering jobs, and all of the plants, they're laid out to optimize, depending on whoever laid out the plant. I don't always agree with the optimizations, but they're laid out to optimize the usage of space, have the people making products and whatnot to have to take the least steps possible, like economy of movement and whatnot. It's all very boring, but the whole point is have people move the least and waste as little time between the steps of their operation to make the most money possible in a given shift, whether that be 8 hours or 12 hours or 10 hours, whatever it might be. And that's just an unfortunate part of corporate life. But the other thing about that is obviously the buildings are made very minimalist because they're made to make money, so they're boring. And I do think that's sad, because the companies and the people that have the most money in these modern times are the corporations, and all their buildings kind of suck. They're all flat panel, grey fascia, or some version of grey fascia, maybe a dark kind of navy blue if you're lucky. And then from that you also, if you're really lucky, get giant glass walls, and it's all just kind of done. And that's my whole point was, I think we've lost that, where it was a thing about like adding value wasn't just getting the product out the door. Like, it wasn't about stamping out a door handle in a machine so you can sell it to someone. And realistically, they're probably not that much cheaper now than they were back in the day. You don't have craftspeople anymore, other than in the arts. Like, you do have craftspeople, but it's a lot less common, and a lot less people, care. They want to go in to IKEA and buy minimalist furniture that was made by robots, designed by, well, I'm not going to say designed by robots, because some IKEA stuff is cool, and I'm sure there's people involved. But for sure, I think we've just lost a lot of imagination, and we've lost a lot of beauty. And even more kind of more sad thing about that is, I think we've lost a lot of beauty in motorcycle design too. To a degree, a lot of modern bikes, and actually to an even larger degree cars, a lot of modern bikes and cars are all made to look roughly the same, because they need to be all fall within the same parameters for fuel economy, or someone will buy the one that's slightly better on fuel. They're all made to look roughly the same because they all have to slip through the air, a certain goodness, a certain slipperiness. And you see it now with a lot of modern bikes. Whoever pioneered it, I don't know. I know Yamaha started out with their MT series making crazy looking stuff, and I do like the MT bikes, but everyone's kind of gone for this severe look now. And I don't know, is that a good thing? I love older bikes like Kawasaki with the retros, like the W800, the Z900RS, the Z650RS. I absolutely love that. because it just shows that they still care, I guess, a little bit about beauty. How much they care about beauty, I don't know. I'm sure that in large that was driven by a desire to sell to people with a bit of nostalgia. Fair enough. But, you know, even when you look at the CF motors, and I think CF motors are really nicely designed bikes, especially that 675 SS model. But again, they're all quite severe, quite angular. And a lot of that, I'm sure, is defined by how well they slip through the air in a wind tunnel, which is cool. That is cool. Like, I obviously I love, you know, performance, but at the same time, you know, at some point, are we going to stop seeing, you know, companies like Kawasaki do the RS lines? Are we going to, you know, I don't think the CB1100 is made anymore. I think that was such a cool bike, like an air-cooled, bigger engined, you know, kind of UGM, retro UGM from Honda. The CB1100 is beautiful. And yeah, I look at it, and these are the musings that go through my mind for no reason at all some days. I look at those and I think, you know, when did that happen? Like, is it all driven by corporate desire to make, you know, at least 3% more per year? And how do you cut costs? Well, by cutting imagination and you know, cutting 10 seconds out of manufacturing one piece. Because it's not like we couldn't laser engrave stuff now and just make it slightly more interesting, but it would take 10 seconds longer. And that, yeah, those are the thoughts that run through my head. So what do you think? Do you think that things are getting less beautiful? Does it make you sad? Do you prefer the angular style of new bikes and cars? And do you prefer minimalism to like older kind of architecture like you'd find in Italy and France and, you know, Ireland to a large degree in places as well? But I mainly had Italy in my head when I was thinking about it. And yeah, let me know. If you watch, thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think of the new sound and the new video and my new helmet. I'm quite happy with all of my purchases. Well, I suppose I'll know am I really happy when I get home now and listen to the audio. That's a big thing for me, is audio quality. And yeah, just let me know what you think. I do appreciate the feedback, and let me know what you think about like modern beauty standards and minimalism and all that stuff. And yeah, as always, a very special thank you to all of my patrons. I do appreciate all of you, you know, present and past. I do appreciate the support all the time. You're legends. Thanks again. Adios. Outro crew. If you had to buy a camera right now, what camera would you have bought? And yeah, what's a helmet that you want? Because the MX-9 or like a Bell style ADV, I don't know why, but the Bell shape just fit my head really nice. So that's why I kind of have had that in my head for the longest time. Obviously, I would have loved to go for like an Arai or a Chewie, but they're just, I mean, they cost like 4 times as much as this helmet. And this helmet does have the MIP system, and that has good safety stuff, so it made sense for me. But what's the kind of the pie in the sky camera and or helmet for you, Outro crew? I want to know. Bye, Outro crew.